Jen Beliveau is the Business Development Manager for RLE. So I'll pass it on to you, Jen.
Wonderful. Thank you, Lori, and good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jen Beliveau, Business Development Manager for RLE Technologies. I'm excited to be here with you today to talk about our Seahawk leak detection solutions. First, I just want to take a moment, though, to recognize Veterans Day. I'm not sure if we have any veterans on the line with us, but I do want to thank you for your dedication and service. All right, a little bit about RLE Technologies. Our mission statement is to exist to prevent disasters, preserve our customers' reputation, and provide peace of mind. We've been in business for 36 years. We're headquartered, and almost all of our manufacturing is in Fort Collins, Colorado. We're trusted and recognized globally as a leader in the facilities monitoring and leak detection markets. Over 19 million feet of our patented leak detection cable is installed worldwide. So, look around your space and ask yourself, do you know where your potential sources of leaks are? Unfortunately, here at RLE, we hear about leaks from our customers often after the fact that the leak has occurred. And some of the sources, as you can see by the pictures that I had included, the images, that you want to watch for are your water supply and return lines, which include the pipes, the couplings and fittings, valves, plumbing, fixtures, clogged drains, storage tanks, the air conditioning units in the spaces and chillers, as well as any building construction issues, whether they're new buildings or expansions off of current buildings. So some of the common applications for leak detection are looking at under the raised floor, where water-cooled solutions introduce water to areas that are most sensitive to leaks. And again, I mentioned earlier, newly constructed buildings may also be built entirely with raised floors to just simplify construction and design changes. You also want to look above drop ceilings. Again, who wants to wait until so much water has accumulated and pooled in the above ceiling tiles to cause the entire ceiling to collapse? We have had those customers that this has happened to. So you also want to look at affixing sensing cable to water and supply return lines. Look in drip pans, around perimeters of rooms. Basically you want to protect anything that may be damaged by a water leak. So these are just some visualizations of our products deployed in different applications. And then for those of you who are not familiar with leak detection, do you know that most insurance companies offer incentives and discounts for having leak detection products installed? So that might be something you want to talk with your insurance companies about. And coincidentally, or I should say ironically, a couple of weeks ago, I actually got a call from an insurance company headquartered in North Carolina whose water line busted down, resulting in 5 inches of water on the floor. So they're going to be installing our leak detection systems once they clean up the mess that they have. So let's talk a little bit about the effects and costs of downtime. There are some serious hard costs for repairs, employee productivity and morale decreasing. Really, again, you don't want to have the finger pointed at you as a result of just not being aware of the possible water issues throughout your building. Then there's the redirection of efforts towards recovery, as I just mentioned with that insurance company. And, reputation is often at stake as well. A lot of property, managers, owners are responsible for multi-office spaces within a facility. So IT performance engineering and measurement strategies put out some scary industry hourly downtime costs in U.S. dollars that I wanted to share with everyone. And if you're employed in any of these industries and are not currently protecting your building from water leaks, you got to ask, is your organization financially prepared to spend the dollars associated with that downtime due to a water leak and the lack of a leak detection system? So now that I've given you some sources, some of the threats, some of the common applications, we can help you get started. We've created a leak risk mitigation checklist, which you can see here, and this is also available on our website to help you get started. So myself and my colleagues, if you give us a call or contact us, we can help you identify the threats and the sources, encapsulate areas of concern, and again, just help you get the right equipment in place. So before I jump into our next slide, I just want to stress how seconds matter. And we're going to take a look at our leak detection, a couple of our distance read controllers in action. You're going to know whenever as little as a dropper full of water touches the cable or spot detector. And our patented sensing cable design assures fast response time. We're talking 10 to 20 seconds, notifying the right people within seconds of a detected leak. So let's take a look. So again, some of our zone and distance read controllers come with a web interface, such as our LD2100 distance read controller, which is shown on this slide. So any device that can connect to a web browser can see the alarm status. Here, we're seeing a leak detected at 352 feet with a location that can be labeled specifically to your facility. So you can see in red, the leak is detected at 352 feet, zone 12, southeast corner. And then with this interface, we also allow with the 2100 to upload 2 interactive maps so you can see where the leak is. So again, our LD2100 and LD5200 distance read controllers come with a leak detection interactive map to customize the web's interface homepage with your own graphics and links. And this provides a real-time view of your facility, including the physical location and status of the leak detection equipment, as well as a visual indication. So again, you should be seeing the visual indication, the red flashing square, of where the actual leak is. So you can see there's a leak at 827 feet. So also with the LD2100, you can configure settings. So we're on the home page for instant email and text notification. This is where you'd select the LAN setting to send alerts through to a local network connection. You can have up to 4 mail recipients or distribution lists. So you can see in the bottom of the screen, I had entered my email address as well as my phone number with text carrier. So that way I could be notified instantly of a possible leak. I also included a screenshot. The image on the right is an example of an alarm, what an alarm text notification would look like. And when you click on that link, it would take you to the interactive web map that we had seen previously in that last slide, so that you would know it takes the guessing work. With a distance read solution, you're able to pinpoint exactly where on the cable or with a spot detector that leak has occurred. So again, hopefully none of you have walked into a disaster type of situation or any of these situations, but unfortunately, as I mentioned before, when we get the call, it is usually due to one of these situations. So again, which do you prefer? Do you wish to be reactive or a proactive? Again, these costly expenses from undetected damage, you just don't want to be in this type of situation. Every building is unique. It's important to understand your concerns and the threats throughout the building space. You can see there's absolutely no leak detection whatsoever in this building, and peace of mind is only achieved by awareness. So I wanted to take a moment to show you a couple of our customer testimonials, as well as talk a little bit about the story behind them. So first I'll start out with Marcus McCutcheon. He's the director of the University of Northern Colorado IT Telephone Services Department. He had 2 vulnerable yet critical locations. His first site was the telephone systems room, the nexus for all phone services on campus, and it's located in their basement. He was able to identify potential sources of water both above and below his equipment. And then his second room he needed to protect was their computing control center. And this site is the heartbeat of the campus and encompasses all of the critical data networking, their servers, and IT services. The most critical threat in that particular room was the water pipes hidden in the drop ceiling. And since they had fed the water-cooled air conditioning system, they're constantly transporting water all of the time. And since these hang suspended above all the servers, the switches, and the networking equipment, you can imagine that they're just a disaster waiting to happen. So once they installed our leak detection system and it was fully operational, there was a leak in the telephone switch room that unfortunately, put it to the test, but our system detected the water within seconds and the controller issued an alert. So McCutcheon then, he checked the area above the drop ceiling, and he noticed that some of the dampness on the cable and also on one of the ceiling tiles, as you had seen in previous pictures. He had notified the campus plumbers that couldn't identify an immediate leak. So, ultimately what they found was that there was a crack in the floor sink in the custodian's closet. That was causing the leak, and it was directly above the long-distance recording equipment. So you can see there, it's important to be really reviewing your site and looking for any areas of concern. And then with Trammell Crow Company, they provide commercial property and facilities management services. They had signed an agreement with American Express to provide facilities management and project management. And Andy Honeycutt, he's an engineer with Trammell Crow's facility management services. So their North Carolina operation houses more than 3,000 employees, so very large, provides back office support for credit card processing for the entire East Coast. So you can see, how significant any leak detection or damage would be to this particular site. It's a 450,000 square foot facility operating 24/7, 365 days a year. They came to us as they had an existing leak detection system, and they were badly in need of an upgrade. What they had couldn't fully support their facility expansion, and their existing system was also, we hear about a large high incidence of false alarms. So that's another thing that you won't see with our products. They ended up deploying over 1,250 feet of Seahawk sensing cable to protect their mission-critical servers and the phone switches within their technology spaces. So not only did we help them save on labor costs by eliminating the need to add personnel for the man-hour coverage, the 24/7, it also, our cabling system provided proactive monitoring and notification with equivalent, level of protection at a much, much lower cost. Again, RLE Seahawk, cost-effective and reliable leak detection systems, when you get those installed beforehand, clearly provides peace of mind and can save you thousands of dollars in repair costs due to water damage. And again, unfortunately, most everyone has experienced a leak resulting in damage or downtime, and don't let this be you. So I think, Lori, at this point, we can open it up for questions.
Thanks, Jen, and thanks for demonstrating another proactive solution to help everyone manage their facilities more efficiently. Just a reminder, if you would like to ask a question, just navigate to the Q&A bar at the bottom of your screen, and we can take the first question. Are there maximum sensing cable length limitations?
Yeah, so depending on what type of controllers you're looking for, and we have a variety of different zone controllers and distance read, there are maximum sensing cable limits per controller, and that's something that we can provide to you. We have a nice controller product matrix. So once we can work with you to help you determine how much linear footage that you're going to need to protect, we can put you into the appropriate controller. So yes, they are limited by maximum cable length.
Okay, thanks. And do your leak detection controllers communicate with existing building automation control systems?
And yes, they do. So again, depending on what type of controller you need or what particular building automation or network management system you have, we speak with almost all communication protocols, Modbus, SNMP, BACnet, and even Johnson Controls Metasys N2.
Okay. Any final words for the audience, Jen?
Sure. I just want to, also indicate that not only do we sell the products and leak detection, we also offer services where we'll come up and do startup and commissioning as well as training for you. And again, all of our information you can see rletech.com. We keep all of our user guides. There's videos, webinars. And please feel free to reach out to us at sales@rletech.com or give us a call at the 800 number. We'd be happy to work with you and protect your facilities.
Okay, and I believe that we might have had just one last question that came in. How much volume of water required for detection?
Droplets. As you could see in that video that I had shown, it's just a matter of a couple droplets of water. It'll saturate the cable and you'll receive notifications, like I said, typically within 10 to 20 seconds.